When you live in a place like Brittany, the weather plays an extremely important role in your lives. It's easy to understand why Breton folklore is full of stories that include the wind as a main character. This is one of those stories. Once there was a man and his wife, and they grew flax to make cloth. This year the weather had been perfect, and their crop of flax was the most amazing they had ever seen. They harvested it and laid it out in a field to dry, and stood back to admire the flax and think about the wealth it would bring them. As they stood watching, Gwalarn, the northwest wind, came through. With a blustering, blowing wind, he swept their flax up into the treetops and out to sea. The man and his wife were devastated, and the man very angry. He grabbed his stick and swore, "I am going to find Gwalarn, and I am going to kill him." And he set out immediately. Unfortunately, in his hurry, he didn't bring enough food or water or money, and the journey was longer than he thought. So when he saw an inn, he stopped in. "Please," he begged of the kind hostess, "I'd like to have a bit of bread and a corner of the stable to sleep in." She agreed, and the next morning the man thanked her and asked her, "Tell me, do you know where I might find Gwalarn, the northwest wind? For I intend to find him and kill him." "I do," she said. "He lives at a mountain near here. I'll take you there." And she took him to the bottom of a mountain, and he began to climb. Near the top, he saw a great giant of a wind. "You there," he said, "are you Gwalarn? For I intend to kill you." "Me," said the wind, "not I. I am Mervyn, the southwest wind. And if I were you, I wouldn't shout so, for Gwalarn will come and blow you off this mountain as if you were a twig." "I don't care," said the man. "I will have my flax back, or I will kill him. Where are you, Gwalarn?" Along came Gwalarn, who said, "Who is this who shouts at me so?" "It is I," said the man, "and I intend to kill you. Give me back my flax." "Hush, hush," said Gwalarn. "Don't shout so." "I will not hush," said the man. "I will have my flax back, or I will kill you." "Oh, just be quiet," said Gwalarn. "Here, take this." And gave him a napkin. "A napkin," said the man. "What am I to do with this? With that flax I had grown, I could have made hundreds of napkins like this." "Ah," said Gwalarn, "this is no ordinary napkin. This is a magic napkin. All you have to do is say, 'Napkin, unfold,' and before you will be a feast." "Okay," said the man, "okay." And he took it, and he went to the bottom of the mountain, and when no one was watching, he spread it out, and he said, "Napkin, unfold." And the napkin unfolded, and before him lay a most magnificent feast like he'd never seen before. He feasted, folded the napkin back up, and went to the inn where he'd slept the night before. The hostess was there, said, "Oh, did you find him? Did you get your flax back?" And the man said, "No, but I got something better. Watch this. Napkin, unfold." And the napkin unfolded, and there in the inn lay a feast that could feed everyone there. Now, this hostess was not as kind-hearted as she seemed, and she immediately wanted that napkin for herself. So she had a plan. She knew how tired this man must be after his long journey, so she offered him her most comfiest bed. As soon as the man lay his head down, he was asleep, and the hostess swapped his napkin for one just like it. Now the man carried on home the next day and said to his wife, "Wife, I am returned with something better than our flax. I have brought a napkin." "A napkin," she said. "With our flax we could have had hundreds of napkins like that." "Oh no," said the man. "This is a magic napkin. Watch this." And he laid the napkin down and he said, "Napkin, unfold." And it did nothing. "Napkin, napkin, he said. Unfold! And it did nothing. You fool, said his wife. Gwalarn has tricked you. Go back to him and demand our flax back in return for this cruel joke. So the man got his stick and went back to the mountain and said, Gwalarn, give me my flax back, or I will kill you. And Gwalarn said, Why are you back? I gave you a napkin worth far more than your flax. Oh, no, you did not, said the man. You gave me a trick. That napkin did not work. I demand my flax back, or I will kill you. All right, said Gwalarn. I've got something better for you. And he gave the man a donkey with a beautiful tail. A donkey, said the man. What am I going to do with a donkey? Ah, said Gwalarn. This is no ordinary donkey. All you have to do is say, Donkey, make me gold. And the donkey will raise its tail and make you gold. Okay, said the man. And he took the donkey. When he got to the bottom of the mountain, he looked around, made sure no one was watching, and said, All right then. Donkey, make me gold. And the donkey raised its beautiful tail, and out plopped, plop, 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 gold. The man was amazed. That's it. My wealth. I will never want again. On his way home, he stopped at the inn to show the hostess how amazing a gift Gwalarn had given him. And the hostess said, Oh, that is amazing. Before you go home, why don't you just rest a little? So the man did. He lay down, fell asleep, and the hostess swapped his donkey for one, just the same. Now the man took that donkey home and said to his wife, Wife, you'll never believe what Gwalarn gave me this time. A donkey. A donkey, she said. What are we going to do with a donkey? Oh, this is no ordinary donkey, he said. Watch this. Take your apron and spread it out beneath his tail. His wife wasn't so sure about this, but she did as he asked. She spread her apron beneath the donkey's tail. Donkey, said the man, make me gold. And the donkey lifted his tail. But it was not gold that fell into his wife's apron. His wife was furious. Oh, you fool, she said. You have been tricked again. Go back to that Gwalarn and demand our flax back. I don't want to see you back again until you've done it. So the man set off to the mountain. He went up in an anger, shouting, Gwalarn, I will have revenge. You've tricked me twice now. Give me back my flax, or I will kill you. Gwalarn showed up and said, What's this? I've given you a magic napkin. I've given you a magic donkey. You did not, said the man. They were tricks. They didn't work. Ah, said Gwalarn. It is not I who's been tricking you. Surely you know it is the hostess in the inn at the bottom of the mountain who's been swapping your gifts for simple plain things. Now the man was shocked. Oh, he said. But, Gwalarn said, I will give you one more gift. This stick. A stick, said the man. What am I going to do with a stick? Ah, said Gwalarn, this is not an ordinary stick. This stick is a magic stick. All you have to do is say, stick, fight. The stick will beat any of your enemies. Right, said the man, and he took the stick to the bottom of the mountain, where he thought he'd give it a little try. Stick, he said, fight. And the stick immediately sprang to life and started beating the poor man about the head until he remembered the other thing that Gwalarn had told him. To make the stick stop, you must say, Pray for me. Pray for me, said the man, until the stick stopped beating him. I have a plan, he thought. He went to the inn and he met the hostess again. Back again, she said. Have you been to see Gwalarn? Did he give you something new? He did, said the man. But before I show you, give me back my napkin and my donkey. I haven't got them, said the hostess. You do, said the man, and I will have them back. "Stop saying such things," said the hostess. "Stop accusing me, or I will call the police." "Right," said the man. "I will show you my final gift." "Stick," he said. "Fight." And the stick sprang to life and started bopping the hostess on the head. Bop, 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 until eventually she said, "Please, make it stop. I will give it back. I'll give it all back. Pray for me." And the stick stopped. The hostess gave the man back his napkin and his donkey, and he carried on home, where he proudly showed his wife the magical gifts. This time, it was gold that fell into her apron. What about the third gift?" his wife said. "Ah, that," said the man. "I don't think I'll tell you about that one. I'm worried you might use it against me." "Right," said his wife, and left it be. Now they were living happily for some time, but the neighbours soon noticed that they were eating like kings and had more gold than they'd ever had before. They became jealous and suspicious. They must be thieves, they thought, and they sent the police to their house and they arrested them. They went to trial and they had no explanation for how they'd come about such gold, so they were declared that the man was a thief and was to be executed. They took him to the gallows and asked him, as they put the rope around his neck, "Have you any last words?" "No," said the man. "However, please, could someone bring me my stick? It's very important to me, and I'd like to have it with me." "Your stick?" "Yes, my stick." "Right." So they set off and gave him his stick. And the man said, "Actually, I do have one final words. Stick, fight." And the stick sprang to life, beating everyone around the head, hitting the police, hitting the executioner, bashing all of the neighbours who'd come to watch and laugh as he was executed. It even went so far as to smash the gallows down, until the man shouted, "Pray for me," and the stick came back to him. Everyone said, "Please, have mercy. We'll leave you be." And the man said, "Rightly so," went home to his wife, and they lived happily ever after.